Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. Thank all of you for your encouragement, for your support, for your questions, for your comments, for the conversations, which is where I get a lot of my material from. I want to deal with this whole notion of Valentine's Day. Okay, so I purposely waited for the day to pass over for y'all just bear with me for a lot of you all to reconnect because you're pissed off due to the fact you didn't get what you wanted or what you felt like you deserved. And I get it. I totally get it. So we're gonna deal with that. That's why I got on my red shirt to represent the blood that was shed on your behalf, probably from you for Valentine's Day. So number one, and I'm not going to go into the history of it because it's that's not what this is. I'm not a history teacher. I got my first D in history, so that ain't my strong suit. But the whole history of Valentine's is it's become commercial. I put it like that, and because of that, what happens within couples and relationships, we wait the whole year for this big day. And granted, yes, it is designed. I'm just gonna call it what it is for the man to do things for the woman. It is a day that represents love and affection, romance. And in our day we called it caking the woman. You take her out to eat, get her a card, get her chocolates. Make sure she's wined and dined. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna say some things that are going to make you think. Um, I get it. I understand it. Here's my challenge with that. Y'all just bear with me. Why do you have to wait a whole year to acknowledge your spouse, your significant other? I don't use the term boyfriend, girlfriend at my age because the root word is boy, root word is girl. We're older than that. So, I mean, teach his own. I don't condemn it or talk bad about it. It's just not my choice of words. Why do you wait a whole year for that one day to acknowledge that you love who you are with or even trying to get with? That's not good. And that's why a lot of people, a lot of couples wind up at odds with each other on that day instead of celebrating one another. Everybody's not, especially men, we've not been taught how to show affection. I'm not saying that that's an excuse, but a lot of us haven't been, we've not been taught it, we've not been shown it, we've not seen it. And then your expectation as the woman is for him to be this guy that we don't know how to be. And then you wind up upset, feelings hurt, you know, on that day because you're not getting what you feel like you deserve or what you feel like you want or should or are supposed to have on this particular day. Here's the flip side of that coin, and I'm going to say this. And me and my buddy were in a conversation about it, and it was like throwing silly putty on the wall, and it just stuck with me. Um, there is no day for the man to be celebrated. What day on the calendar out of 365 do we have? And don't tell me Father's Day because that's not a commercial day. Women have Mother's Day, women have Valentine's Day, we have your birthday. and definitely Christmas. However, what day is there on the calendar for a man to be celebrated? Am I saying there's anything wrong with Mother's Day? These are absolutely not, because I acknowledge them. Trust me, I acknowledge them. But there's not a day for us. So when Valentine's comes around, the expectation is for us to do this. You know, you have the K Jewelers commercials, and the chain with the hearts, and the rings and all of this stuff, and that's great. I've been an active participant, for years. However, what is there for us? What do we get? Not saying that we, get to give, but what is there for us? What do we get? Oftentimes it's frowned on if we don't get a card, or we don't get a box of, if you don't get 12 dozen roses, if you don't get, the petals, from the bedroom to the kitchen or whatever, you're upset. And I understand, I get it. I just want you to think about this for a minute. Should it be both people giving to each other, or is it just supposed to be what we see on TV and in the movies, that the man does everything? The truth of that matter is this. You may not have heard this before. Men have feelings too. Doesn't mean that he's soft. It doesn't mean he's a punk. Doesn't mean any of that. We inhale and exhale just like everybody else. So why are we considered not human or less than a man because we have desires too? That's the thing I don't understand. Um, and again, I get, society has taught us this, society has taught us that. But there's got to be something in place, and it starts with the individuals, for both people to acknowledge and express, what that person means to you. Now, if you are with somebody, or you start out courting, and he tells you in particular, um, I don't acknowledge Valentine's Day, you got to consider that, because you can't expect him when he's told you, and I'm just throwing this out there. When a man tells you whatever he's telling you, I would advise you, ma'am, to listen. One of the things with women, and I've seen this so often, so many times, you all are nurturers by nature. You give birth to kids, you incubate the baby, for 9 months, give birth, you nurture it, you love it, him, her, and it's natural for you. The challenge with that becomes this: when you get with the man, subconsciously you believe you can grow him into what you want him to become. That's good up to a point. It's got to fit within his natural personality and within who he actually is. You can't expect him to become, for example, I'll use me. As much as I love basketball, as much as I love football, you are not going to see me on the football field. You're not going to see me on the basketball court professionally. That is not my gift. Have I played both? Yes. Was I good at them? That depends on who I was playing against. However, that ain't it. What I'm doing now is this is price. So if she has, which I'm single, so if she was nurturing this part of me and helping me develop this part of me, helping me to grow into this particular part of my purpose and the business end of this, then yes, by all means. But if you push me into something that I'm not, trust me when I tell you, it ain't gonna work, and you're gonna be met with a lot of resistance, because yeah, it's natural for you to do, but it's got to be the right thing for him. It's got to be who he is. So if he's telling you, or if he's showing you that he's really not an affectionate type dude, he's not that lovey dovey guy. where you're gonna get hugs in open public, where he's gonna hold your hand. If that's his practice, and you continue to stay with that, then if you choose that and you stay with it, then don't be mad when he doesn't. He's shown you this is who he is. So, and the flip side, the same thing for the man. You can't turn who you're with into the next top model. You if you can't accept her for who she is, and wherever she is, and do things to help her to become better, then leave her alone. Leave her alone, because you're going to be met with resistance. You got to be practical. You got to be, as they say, you got to be real about it. You can't turn, and I'm not saying that, whoever you with is ugly or anything like that, but she's not, she may not be, she might not be built to be a Halle Berry or a Janet Jackson or whoever. It may not be the case. So be sensible, be logical, about this whole thing. But when it comes to, and I said all of that, when it comes to this whole Valentine piece, do not wait a whole year and think that you can bypass the basic needs of your relationship. Ignore them, do them here, a sprinkle here, a dash there, and think that you're going to make up for all of that come 214, whatever the next year is. It's not going to happen. And what I want to, let's make this both ways, okay? Ma'am, you honor the man. Sir, you honor the woman. Make it a two-way street. Do that, and don't do whatever is within your means. Okay, do whatever you're able to do that. If you're in a situation where it's rough right now, open your mouth, have the conversation, and say, hey, we can't do this right now. And at the least, give each other a hug. Tell each other you love each other. Be nice, be kind, but make it a practice for the whole year. Do it every day. So, and I'm done. You should be in your relationship, especially if you're married. If you're dating, you're meeting a person, then hang on to this nugget. Your relationship with each other should be as this. When Valentine's rolls around, it's not a big day. I'm Price McKinney. Simply put, I want to thank you for listening. Follow me on Instagram, Simply Put PM. Follow me. I've got a Facebook, Simply Put with Price McKinney. But most importantly, go to my YouTube channel. Get your subscription. Price McKinney, Simply Put. I thank you for listening. I'm not an expert. I just know what I know, and I promise you, I'll see you soon.